Caitlin Clark's stellar collegiate career with the Iowa Hawkeyes made her a household name. She set records and attracted the attention of basketball fans nationwide with her long three-point shooting, high-scoring games, and keen court vision. She was more than just a great athlete. She turned into the face of collegiate women's basketball. Her performances regularly attracted significant TV audiences, crowded venues, and even exceeded attendance records at certain NBA games. Caitlin had already broken the NCAA all-time scoring record for both men and women by the time she announced her candidacy for the 2024 WNBA draft, and her fame had spread throughout the world. As one of the most promising players in women's basketball history, she was selected by the Indiana Fever with the first overall pick. Caitlin Clark is the most sought-after endorsement target in women's basketball due to her extraordinary popularity and performance. She was avidly pursued by major shoe labels including Adidas, Puma, Under Armour, and Nike, with multi-million-dollar deals. She was viewed by each company as a long-term global ambassador who might increase sales and visibility in the women's sports industry in addition to being an exceptional athlete. According to reports, Under Armour made a compelling offer for $16 million spread over 4 years and included a signature shoe in the agreement. Adidas also offered a comparable offer of $6 million over 4 years, including a prototype shoe. Puma was in the running at first, but when the bidding heated up and the stakes got higher, they eventually pulled out. Ultimately, Nike offered Caitlin Clark a groundbreaking 8-year contract for $28 million in order to seal the deal. One of the biggest individual athlete endorsements in women's basketball history, the agreement came with a trademark shoe. Sports marketing underwent a transformation in 1984 when Jordan signed his first Nike contract. He was given a contract that included royalties from each pair of Air Jordans sold in addition to a sizable monetary reward. This arrangement created the framework for granting athletes greater control over their image and goods and contributed to the growth of Air Jordan into a multi-billion-dollar brand. While there are some significant variations, Caitlin's deal continues in those lines. According to reports, Clark's contract excludes royalties from shoe sales, unlike Jordan's. Nevertheless, the deal's total magnitude and the addition of a signature shoe demonstrate a Jordan-style degree of confidence in her long-term appeal and marketability. While praising Caitlin Clark's accomplishments, Sonny Vaccaro, the former Nike executive who was instrumental in luring Michael Jordan to the company in the 1980s, chastised Nike for not giving her the full Jordan treatment. He openly declared that Clark ought to have had equity in her brand or royalties. Vaccaro thinks that Nike lost a chance to treat Caitlin as more than just a high-value athlete because she has previously demonstrated her ability to generate enormous attention and boost sales. Like they did with Jordan, they could have turned her into a real business partner. More than just personal achievement is symbolized by Caitlin Clark's Nike contract. For women's sports in general, it represents a significant advancement. Even when their popularity and performances have met or surpassed expectations, female athletes have long been underrepresented in media coverage and endorsement deals compared to their male counterparts. A change in that dynamic is indicated by Clark's deal. Nike is starting to view women's sports as equally viable and lucrative, as evidenced by its readiness to enter into a long-term, high-value contract with a female athlete and create a signature shoe just for her. The decision has been hailed by players, fans, and proponents of gender parity in sports as evidence of the increased respect that professional athletes are receiving. The agreement has also rekindled debates regarding the discrepancy in compensation between male and female athletes. Caitlin Clark's WNBA salary, which starts at around $76,000 annually, is greatly outweighed by her Nike sponsorship. This disparity has generated controversy and prompted more general discussions regarding the pay of professional female athletes, as well as what league structures and media agreements should alter to foster their development. There is broad consensus among sports marketing professionals that Caitlin Clark's arrangement is a game-changer. For many, it sets a new standard for female athletes in terms of brand potential and commercial worth. She is the perfect spokesperson for Nike and the future of women's basketball because of her broad appeal, prominence, and crossover appeal. More female athletes will be able to sign contracts and long-term sponsorships as a result of this cooperation, according to analysts, which will also motivate other businesses to make larger investments in women's sports. Some have pointed out that Caitlyn's contract's terms, especially the absence of royalties, might change in subsequent agreements. More fair types of athlete compensation, such as revenue sharing and equity stakes, are probably going to become the norm as women's sports continue to expand and bring in money. Instead of a short-term endorsement aimed solely at creating initial publicity, Caitlyn's long-term contract also shows Nike's faith in her professional path. She will remain a vital component of Nike's marketing strategy for the foreseeable future thanks to her 8-year contract. This covers possible participation in international basketball programs, Olympic marketing, and more general lifestyle branding. The prospect of a signature sneaker is among the most intriguing aspects of Caitlin Clark's Nike agreement. Even among professional athletes, this is an uncommon honor, and it sends a powerful message to young athletes, especially girls, that being involved in athletics is not only acceptable, but also lucrative. Although Nike has stated that the shoe is under active development, no release date has been confirmed. When it debuts, it will be one of just a few signature women's basketball shoes ever made, and the first in years. That has an important effect. Girls who grew up admiring Caitlin Clark will now get the chance to don shoes made especially for them by a sports person who resembles them, plays like them, and leads with poise and confidence. This product is more than just shoes. It is an emblem of advancement. Young male players have been wearing sneakers made by their heroes, Air Jordans, Kobe's, and LeBron for decades. Young female athletes will now have the opportunity to follow suit. Additionally, that cultural transformation may alter how upcoming generations perceive their role in sports. An authentic and potent illustration of how skill, tenacity, and shifting perceptions of women in athletics can result in groundbreaking accomplishments is the account of Caitlin Clark's Nike deal. A contrived moment wasn't necessary for Clark. Her work on the court spoke for itself. Her $28 million Nike contract for a trademark shoe is evidence that women's sports are becoming more popular and that athletes like her should be given the same opportunities for success and compensation as their male counterparts. The legacy of Michael Jordan contributed to the development of modern-day athlete endorsements. On that basis, Caitlin Clark is currently constructing something new. Despite not having the same terms of Jordan's historic contract, she is now a key player in the next wave of sports marketing due to her popularity, visibility, and potential. This triumph is more than simply a personal one. It's a significant cultural turning point for women's basketball and a clear indication that the sport has evolved. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with those who should witness this moment in sports history if you find it to be inspirational or educational. Leave a comment below with your opinions. Do you believe that a new era in women's basketball is about to begin with Caitlin's deal? Remember to hit the notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss our in-depth analyses of the most important sports and cultural stories. We appreciate your time and hope to see you at the next one.